Hi. Um, Today's video is gonna be sad. I'm kidding. But I just wanted to talk about postpartum depression and weight gain. What happened to me? If you don't know me, I used to be so skinny my entire life, right? And I hated it. I legit hated it. What happened to the sun? I hated it. I wanted to be a little chubby. I think it's because everybody called me skinny, that obviously had body image issues to a point where I hated how I looked. Believe it or not, I only started embracing it when I got to America, 2020. I got a little bit of a chub, I think, because I was where I wanted to be. So I was happy. I was genuinely happy. I am happy. So I'm still here. So what happened was being tiny my entire life, I was like, I will probably gain weight when I have a baby or two, who knows? And that's what happened, at least a second time. Um, Let me backtrack. I have two babies, my girl and my son. So when I had my daughter, got pregnant 2021. Yeah, she was born August 2021. So I don't know what was happening. Maybe I couldn't gain weight. Let's just say that. And she was born so tiny. She was only 5 pounds, 9 ounces, which is not big, but not too small, which is not it was not a problem, believe it or not. Got to take her home next day. Also the problem. But she was so small. I was so nervous, obviously. Not because I didn't know how to take care of a child, okay? I mean, yes and no, but not because of that, because I had no village. Just me and my husband. At the time, we lived with my mother in law for a year. Within me being pregnant and having the baby, after 6 months, that's when we did our own thing. But for the first 6 months of having Alicia, it was horrible, child. It was horrible. Me, the entire time when I was pregnant, I felt like I couldn't eat, or I needed familiar food. Like, I was legit craving food from home. And everything America had was just disgusting. So that led to me not eating, the fetus being small. Oh my God. When she came around, she was healthy, believe it or not. But I wasn't. I couldn't breastfeed. So it was a mental hurdle. Because for me, growing up, I had little dolls. I loved playing around, pretending to breastfeed. That was my whole thing. Like, I had dolls. I had three dolls that were my kids, technically, right? So me not being able to do that as a mom broke the hell out of me. It was fine. She had formula. She's okay. But that led to me being depressed. At that time, I did not know about no postpartum depression, how to deal with breastfeeding, the whole thing. And also, the big thing, just taking care of a child alone, not having a village. You know how we all grew up? You had your grandma around, you had your aunties around, you had a whole community, right? For me, even with neighbors, you could let them watch your kid for a sec while you go to the grocery store. No big deal. But here, that was not the case for me. And that broke me because it was like a hard reality, like, oh no, you're alone. You're raising a tiny child by yourself. I had my husband, obviously, but he had to work because I couldn't. And boy, oh boy, was it a time in our lives, right? Do I have bleach on my shirt? It's weird, but um, it was a real wake up call. It was a real wake up call, and obviously I was depressed. I dealt with it pretty fine, but we did what we had to do. And second time around, I had my son November 2023. Second time around, oh my god, I thought it would be a breeze. I already know what I'm doing it already. That's when the weight gain happened. I was happy. I was like, oh, I'm finally gaining my little weight. I'm getting chubby. I'm getting my woman body. And that was fantastic until it wasn't, because it happened so fast, so rapidly, to a point where I felt out of control in my own body. Like, yes, I wanted to look as old as I am, and I wanted to feel good in it too. But no, I gained more weight than I did when I was pregnant with him. So that alone was a problem. Yes, I'm breastfeeding, but I I thought breastfeeding you lose weight. So I was like, okay, I'll eat as much as I can. He will breastfeed and get it out. I thought that was gonna be a little balance. Girl, no. Gained so much weight. I did not like how I looked, because remember, I did not look like this at all for my entire life. So it was very brand new, very quick too, because I think when I was pregnant, I was fine. The first 2 months, it was so rapid and so much that I couldn't handle it. And looking back, well, at that point, I did not want to take no video, no picture, to a point where I legit did not document first being pregnant with my daughter and my son and the whole process in general. I took pictures of them. They were good. They're good. Like, they're gonna see how they looked from 0 hours to now. Okay, but I was talking to my mom and I was like, I regret not taking videos or pictures of how I looked when I was pregnant. And it's something I would want to look back at right now. Like, I do have some pictures and videos, okay? Don't get me wrong, but I wanted to feel good while I was at it, because first of all, as a child, that's what I wanted to do, right? I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to experience pregnancy, and I'm so glad I did 2 times, healthy both times. But I'm just sad that I didn't get to document it, because also I felt like, oh, nobody would want to look at this, or because I felt so uncomfortable in my own body and my own mind at that time, that it was so hard for me to even look at myself. And if there's anyone watching this who is pregnant right now and is like, I don't want to take pictures, I don't want to take videos, please do. Trust me, please do, because you're going to regret not having those memories. Yes, you will remember how it felt, how you looked, and how you hated it. But I think for my children, at least, they would want to see how mommy looked when she was pregnant with me. And it's going to be sad that they won't have that experience. Maybe not at all, right? And if I could take it back, that's the only thing I would do. I'm not saying I'm going to get pregnant right now and be all up in my phone. I'm done having kids. I only wanted two. My husband only wanted two. We're done. That's it. But the weight gain and how fast it happened, and not even gaining weight the first time around, I think that's what kind of had me in a rut. Right, that's the word. So, message to my younger self, to my older self, even to my children: document your life. No matter who's gonna watch it, no matter if you don't even want to do it in that moment, that's okay. But like, certain things cannot be repeated, okay? We only live once, obviously, but you will not get to see yourself, you will not get to remember how you looked at a certain point in your life. And that is what is bothering me right now. It was a year ago, it was 2 years ago, but I still wish I knew what I looked like, even though it was gonna bother me, you know? But it's something I want them to have. Because if anything, anyone knows, if you're in your early 20s, 30s, maybe, I bet you want to see what your mother looked like when they were pregnant with you. No? So why not do it for your own kids so they can see? And that's just in general. If even if you're not pregnant, girl or man, even if you're not pregnant, it's just a phase in your life. Like, oh, I want to see what I look like at 21. I want to remember what I look like at 30, because I want my children, or anyone for that matter, to remember me and have those memories of what I used to be like, even if it's shitty, okay? Even if you were depressed, even if you were the happiest, just do it. Just do it. You will thank yourself in the long run, because that's what I wish I did. But that's okay. We're here now. We're thriving, and we're not doing it again though. We're not getting pregnant again. And it's sad also, because my mom, my parents, since I'm away from home, she expressed one time how she will never get to see me with her own two eyes with a big old belly. And in the moment, it was like a joke, like, oh, no, you don't want to see any of this. But she legit won't get to see that. And I wish I documented it more for her sake. For her sake, okay? For my auntie's sake, for my grandma's sake. She won't ever get to see that. So take more pictures, take more videos. You will thank yourself. That's all. See y'all maybe tomorrow or not. Who knows? See y'all when I want to see you.